Where was I? Oh, yeah. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down for the season finale for Division 1B. Who's going to take the division? Will it be Blue Scuti or will it be Pixelandy? We'll start finding out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Today, we're being treated to a match between two former world record holders, two game crashers, and two players that are highly decorated in the world of classic Tetris. Starting on the left, roller out of the United States, first person to ever crash NES Tetris, with a NTSC PB of 18,203,000. I'm going to put an asterisk by that because the proof link is not valid. So hopefully there's like a video of that somewhere. But I mean, it's Scuti. Everyone's going to believe he's got 18 million. So it's 18 million. It is Blue Scuti. And he is your 5-time CTL champion. Back-to-back, reigning and defending, all the words. But the player he's going up against is no slouch. A roller out of the United States. An NTSC PB of 11,966,000. It's pretty good at DAS too. He's been the top DAS player for some time. Although did take an L over in we're at CTWC DAS, but I mean Geo's pretty cracked, so no surprise there, really. But he is also a former CTL champion. Welcome in, Pixelandy. And away we go. Yeah, Ryan pointing out that Blue Scuti won Space City DAS in the finals against Pixelandy. They also met earlier today in CTW. In the semifinals of the Battle Royal 6 tournament. Blue Scuti blew everyone out of the water. He was pretty unstoppable. But Pixelandy also made it in. Oh, are you still here? How much did he PayPal you for your deed of letting him sneak in over miles? Knight's gonna end that streak this season, huh? Oh. Oh, it was live streamed for sure. I just think it got caught up in the VOD deletion that Twitch did for a while. 376 for Scuti, 299 for Pixelandy. Scuti with a 3 Tetris lead here early on, but what I saw today is any indication. That's not much. These two will be very likely taking this to level 29 and beyond every game. Kind of one of the interesting things about the Battle Royal tournament, we had a pretty good chance of having a former winner in the finals because there were 3 former winners. But these two managed to knock out all 3. Along with Cole Bucket and Tristop. Yep. And the reigning defending champion got eliminated in round 3, like even before the semis. And that was crazy too, because it was Silly Shark that ended up having to basically come from behind in game 8, and by a small, not by a small margin either, against the defending champion. And he managed it. He got in. But unfortunately did get eliminated today. But meanwhile, CTL has got all kinds of... I mean, this season has just been brutal for Division 1. But that also means we've gotten some amazing Tetris out of it. And we're about to hit level 19 here in our first match of the season finale. Scuti with about a 98,000 point lead. Was also ahead by 4 lines when I said that, but this is a weird board for Scuti here. Gonna be interested to see how he tries to resolve this. And he's not going to before transition, but he's gonna get this brought down slowly but surely. That's a lot of burns though, and that's gonna allow Andy to try to catch up. But Andy needs a bar, and I don't see one in sight. What I do see is a drought counter. There's the bar, there's the Tetris. So Andy cutting the lead quite a bit there. Both players built up here looking for a bar. Again, the drought counter rears its ugly head. And this one doesn't seem to be going away quite as quickly. That is a 30-piece drought. Both players will survive it. Andy's board a little worse for wear, but no danger. But now finds himself down by 100,000 points. I'm going to talk about head-to-head records, but not for the match that's not playing. Another Tetris for Andy. Scuti trying to go for a dirty Tetris, and we'll get that. 52,000 point lead for Scuti. Again, Andy trying to close the gap. It's about halfway there, and Scuti with a hole in the stack is going to have to play a row up, looks like. It's going to be the decision. Gets the line spin. Oh, Windows noises. My bad. God, someone really broke the match database. 640 points separate the players here on level 27. We're about to hit level 29. And we know both of these players can hang. We have a max out for Scuti. Is it a level 29, 1,028,000? Andy goes in at 1,024,000, neck and neck. Andy, though, needs to get something to burn this board down. Oh, gets a bar over for the Tetris. And he'll have plenty of time to dig this out. Scuti just playing low at the moment, has about a 1 Tetris lead. Was also ahead by 6 lines. Scuti is trying to get this board settled down. Is not liking the way that this board is failing to resolve properly. Lots of dependencies. Andy not able to get set up. Board getting high for Andy, and Andy just is going to top it out. And Scuti is good for game number 1. Let's go ahead and play this out. Yeah, the other thing that's broken about it is I can't use the find button. Guess I can do this, though. Number 2 between Blue Scuti and Pixelandy will go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Since September of 2023, these two have met 6 times and have a even 3-3 record and an even 13-13 games record. They have met 3 times in CTL, once in the same division in Season 22. Blue Scuti won that 3-2. Once in the semifinals, Andy won that 3-1. And once in the semifinals again, where Scuti swept 3-0. The other 3 games were all in CTM Masters. Scuti winning back in December 2023 in the semis, taking that one 3-2. And they met in round 1 of both January 24 and April 2024. Andy won those both 3-1 and 3-2. They've also played 3 times DAS. And up until the Houston Live event, Andy was undefeated. He had won 3-2 in Stillwater. And then 4-1 in DAS Champions League Season 1. But then Scuti was able to take the win off of Andy. I think it was 3-1. Don't quote me on that. It's not in the match database. And I have a bad memory. So, but I do remember that Scuti won. Meanwhile, in this one, Scuti has a lead, but is a bit dirty, and Andy's going to take that lead from him. Well, never mind, it's tied. 209,000 points each. Yeah, December 23, quite a notable month for Scuti, yes. Incidentally, the most watched clip on my channel was from December 2023. Anyone want to take a guess what that was? Wonder what that was. It was a 6.6 million game. Pretty big deal at the time. What's a big deal here is the fact that this is so neck and neck. It is 1 line difference between the players. 331 at the turn for Scuti. 308. And can get to 331. Nope, he's going to take a burn. So, still 1 line of difference, just now with a different player. And of course, Scuti already on an unprecedented streak here in CTL, having won the last 5 seasons. Many of them in dominant fashion. There's been a couple of close ones. Tetris for Andy. Andy back by about a Tetris and a half. Another Tetris there. This is a very strong game, especially for Scuti right now, as he's threatening a potential 650 transition. Swedish Chef asking in chat, is Andy dassing for 18? Yeah, not uncommon. One of the things that was noted in the CTW today is that, you know, Andy had to take a lot of time off from these open competitions due to injury and has been really focused on DAS in the last year and has, you know, turned himself into one of the great DAS players of all time. So when he's come back to rolling, first of all, he's not doing the normal rolling. He does what he calls knuckle rolling. And second of all, he does a lot of this. He plays DAS. And I don't want to speak to him, but I can put 2 and 2 together, and I'm pretty sure he's doing it to avoid further injury. We're about to hit level 19 here. Both players have a great score. Scuti's going to go in at 617. Andy looking for a bar, and it's just going to go in at 579. So a bit of a drought going into 19, but both players able to deal with it. There's the Tetris for Andy. Yeah, of note, that last one there, King, was a reverse sweep, if I recall. The great line of saying to his grandfather, it's not over yet, after 2 games. Well, Scuti's got the knuckling going. Look at that. I didn't just noticed. I've tried it, and it feels so awkward to me. And then I think, do I really want to put effort into it when it's not my rolling hand that's the problem? $873 for Scuti, halfway through level 19. $762 for Andy, who's a Tetris away. He'll get a Tetris. So Scuti with a small lead here. Let's see if he can build it. Chan, yes, that's another thing I'd love to learn. It's that one-handed roll from Chirpy. Uh-oh. Next slide, please. Thank you. Max out for Scuti. Andy, a few Tetrises behind. Another Tetris for Scuti. Scuti, what are you typing? Can't type anything when you're this high up, I'll tell you that much. Guess it's gonna have to wait till after 29. There's a Tetris. B11 for Scuti. A28 for Pixelandy. That's a 3 Tetris lead, but Andy has 2 Tetrises in pocket behind him. Pull back there from Andy. It will work out. Scuti getting into a little bit of a complication here. He'll go in at B53, but immediately cleans up the problem. He's almost at a 1.2. There it is. Tetris for Andy. Still not into 29 yet, and we'll go in at 1,136,000. So a 2 Tetris difference, 2.5 Tetris difference between the players. And Andy is back by 2.5 Tetrises and lines. Tetris for Scuti. He's got 1.28. Good flat burn there. Both players Tetris ready. Tetris for Scuti. Andy had to burn it down, but got set right back up. 126,000 point lead for Scuti. Another Tetris. And Scuti's got the 1.4. 200,000 point lead for a brief moment before Andy scored Tetris. Both players ready. Simul Tetris. Andy hangs a bar in column 9, and he hangs another one, and Scuti's going to be up 2-0. Got 1.5 on 34. You can believe it, it's not the strongest pace I've seen him on today. There's a rollover, and he's going to call it there. We have both players ready. Let's go ahead, get them counted down for game number 3. Scuti on the verge of a sweep. Will it happen? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Choice Environments noting the curls from Pixelandy. If Andy wins, we get more Tetris. Well, this is true. Get at least one more game of this matchup. But that last game is pretty good. But Scuti just put on the gas on the 29 speeds and could not be stopped. I do have to say, Scuti has been making a strong case all season for the 6-peat. It was like, when he got to 4, I thought that was insane. But now we're talking a potential 6th championship here, which is just insane. It's just wow. Kirby says I'm gonna stop him. Oh, we'll see. He may get a chance. Unless we see a reverse sweep. That will happen. Reverse sweep is what it will take for Pixelandy to win the #1 overall seed. He has been very competitive with Scuti up until 29's hit, and then it's been mostly Scuti. $233 for Andy, 179 for Scuti. So Andy with an early lead, but that series of squares was not friendly. But I do like how he solved that, though. If only the game would, you know, help him out some pieces. There we go. That helps. There's a Tetris. Scuti will bang down a Tetris. He's caught up a little bit. Tetris for Scuti. You can kind of see Tetris rate is taking a bit of a hit for Scuti this game. Halfway through, he's only got 58%, whereas Andy's at 71. Andy will bang down a Tetris. Another Tetris for Andy. Scuti has a hole in row 4, so a bar will not give him a Tetris, and doesn't matter if there's no bar. Okay, there, we're finally got a bar. So now playing one row up, and he'll score a Tetris. And opens up that hole in column 7. Okay, this will be interesting if he can solve this. Nope. You can kind of see shaking his head there like, wait, I didn't do that right, did I? 100 lines in, it's 388 for Scuti. Nice spin there for Andy. He's looking for a bar to get his 100 lines. Which is out there somewhere. There it is, 434 for Andy at the same point, so about a 46,000 point lead. Yeah, it looks close, but there's 8 lines of difference, although, hold on. Andy with that, I don't know if that was a... I think Andy's just trying to play it safe here. And he will get the bar over for the Tetris. Andy has the pace lead at the moment, but Scuti with a real-time lead. And Andy will get a Tetris. He'll take the lead by 12,000. Level 19 right around the corner. Scuti a Tetris away. Andy needs a couple. Two words, Tetris rate. Yes. They both have it. Scuti is at 575. And Andy 10 lines back at 544. He'll go in. Oh, trout forming. Fortunately, Scuti gets the bar. It's good for a split triple. You'll get a Tetris there. This one is very close. I do believe Andy still has the pace advantage, but needs to get those Tetrises to realize it. And now I think he's in that trout. Did not see how long it was. He does get the bar, though, for the Tetris. This was an insane line difference between these two. 19 line difference right now. Of course, some of that is stored in this high well for Pixelandy. He gets a Tetris there. Bring it down a little bit. There's another Tetris. Andy still in the driver's seat. We'll get another Tetris, as will Scuti. Scuti, nice spin. Snapping that S into place. Gonna have to find a way to burn this away, though. Shoutouts to Mike E. Densgarden for dropping $10. Oh, $10 in the prize pool. And we also had another one while I wasn't looking. Kingsman, $21.36. Saying, quote, contribute, jabronis, pay these great players. I agree. Puts us up to $364.69. Hey now. That's just asking for a $5 contribution from someone. Another Tetris. $9.20 for Scuti, $9.13 for Andy, but Andy has extra lines to work with. Well, what will happen when we hit the level 29 speeds? Tetris for Andy. Tetris for Scuti. We're about to approach max outs for these players. There's the max out for Scuti. Has one Tetris to go before 29. And there it is. 1,065,000 into the kill screen. Bit of a misdrop for Andy. It's going to take a bar to fix. And does get that bar. Scuti with a Tetris, but has some cleanup to do. Tetris into the kill screen. 1,098,000 for Pixelandy. About a 40,000 point lead at that point in time. And he'll score a Tetris. He is not messing around this game. Oh, things getting a little out of hand for Andy here, but does get a very nice flat tee there. Now, these flat tees are saving him at the moment. Some great stacking, too. Taking the holes in the more burn-friendly places. Needs a bar, though, and the bar is not coming. And Andy is done at 1,170,000. Scuti is also done at 1,265,000. That means that Scuti is going to take it in a sweep, 3-0. There is your sideways winner. You know what? Let's make him not sideways. There. It's Blue Scuti. Who's going to go 5-0 in Division 1B and will be your overall #1 seed. It is up to date with Blue Scuti on top. He'll face Kirby in the first round. Knight will be taking on Neko. Pixelandy taking on SV. And Eyeball will be facing Sodium. That will all be coming up in the Season 30 playoffs. And there's the readies. We are ready to go for the Division 1B matchup. Oh, Dangler's gonna hang a J, and just like that. Yeah, he's got it set up, and he's gonna knock it down. SV good for game #1. Little more. Oh, and the misdrop of the J is gonna do it. Style. He's not gonna get it. He'll take the double. He's good. I don't know if that S flat. Oh no! That's gonna do it. SV takes a 3-0.
Andy's perfect season on the line. SV looking to try and keep that hope of winning the div alive. Best of luck to both of you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris! And you would think at this stage that these two players would need very little introduction at this point, but I am conscious that there may be very well some of you who either might be tuning in for the first time or somehow this might be your introduction to classic Tetris. So I will bestow upon you the honors of introducing both these players. Starting off on the left-hand side, NTSC PB of 11,966,100. Roller out of the United States. Gotta move that just so we can see the rolling action there from Andy as well. He is the current reigning regular CTM Masters champion, the pioneer of knuckle rolling, or the main sort of current proponent of knuckle rolling. 2020 CTWC finalist, multi-time gold bracket competitor, current rank 7th place in the Tetris Premier poll, and just overall great guy, gotta say. Overall, just great dude. It is Pixelandy. Famously, and Tugi says, famously the right back on Team Geo at CTWC DAS football match, which unfortunately I did not attend. I wanted to, but I was just very fatigued at the end of that day, so could not make it out, but wanted to. And on the right, his opponent with a PB of 5.98 million and a POW PB of 7.5 million. I think even higher than that at this stage. A roller out of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Also multi-time gold bracket competitor, the first ever British player to reach the top 8 of the gold bracket of CTWC. Did it this year. current rank of 14th place in the Premier Poll. And winner at CT UK in the past, runner-up this year. But you're also your reigning Friendlies World Champion, Tetris Friendlies World Champion. It is Sam Vaughn. And not only is this a match against two of the strongest players in the scene right now, it's also a rematch, a CTWC rematch, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Pixelandy and Sam both faced off against each other in the top 16 at CTWC this year. And it was Sam who got the upper hand in that match to go on to the top 8. Sam did eventually go out to Alex T, who went on to win the whole damn thing. Tugi also noting that Sam is a 3-time Sidnev victim at CTWC Austria. And also, just a great guy, Sam. Got to talk to him at a little bit at CTWC, but even more so at CT UK. Just great dude. And pretty easy to talk to. 334 for Andy, 324 for Sam. Not the highest score in terms of pace this game so far, both players. But both are still alive, and that's what counts. Both of them about to hit level 19 transition. 119 for Andy, or that's lines. 382 for Andy, 354 for SV. Line 122 to line 125. If it was 119 at line 119, that would be slightly concerning for Pixelandy, but it's a little bit higher than that. SV goes in at 384, and he'll get another Tetris to go to 408. Chen in the chat saying, go SV. Tetris for SV, Tetris for Andy. Was this the worst seed in history? I mean, considering these players could barely scratch 400k going into level 20, it must be, because these two usually can pace like monsters. So it was just a difficult one for them, but no matter, can definitely be made up for in the level 19 speeds here. Not only does the speed increase, but the amount of points you get per Tetris also increases too, so definitely still more than enough to make up for the difficulties in 18. What's up, Knight? Feels like beating a dead horse talking about it, but this has kind of been a summer of Andy so far. I mean, it's been a summer for a lot of players. A lot of players have been doing really, really well, but Andy especially has been having one of the best comebacks we've seen from any Tetris player at this level in quite a while. Of course, had that injury that affected him at CTWC last year, and throughout 2024, took a bit of time off, came back with the knuckle rolling technique, and put up some great performances, culminating in that Masters win against Dengler just a couple months ago. And now just on a monster run just across the scene and here as well. Currently has played 3 of his 5 matches, Pixelandy, with a 3-0 match record, 9-0 game record. He has been unstoppable in every aspect so far, but Sam is a ferocious opponent. And again, Sam, the player that knocked him out of CTWC this year in the top 16. So Andy will be trying to look to get revenge, but Sam looking to establish that he's the top dog. He's the Friendlies champion. No one knuckle or finger rolling can stop him. 750 for Sam, 834 for Andy. But yeah, I mean, that phrase for, like, the summer of blank, I mean, last year a lot of people were saying it was the summer of Sidnev or the summer of Tristop, but yeah, this year there's a lot of contenders for that kind of accolade to be bestowed, because a lot of players have been having a real good summer. Both players now into 29, 924 for Andy, 855 for Sam, who does have a bit of a dirty board. Andy is Tetris ready, though. Gonna try to get rid of that hole that's there in row 5. Will do so. Beautiful burning from Andy, and gets that Tetris. So does Sam. 969 and 901, level 30 to 31, respectively. Sam is ahead by 15 lines over Andy, and Andy's ahead on points, so Sam is gonna probably need to up the pace here a little bit to make sure that Andy doesn't kind of sneak up on him here. I mean, doesn't really have to sneak up because Andy is already ahead on points, but Sam is gonna set up for a Tetris here. Taking some burns, bringing things back down. Tetris for Sam, 962. Both players close to a max. Sam covering the wall again. Max out for Andy in level 32. Line 267, A05. Sam on 968, but board's starting to climb. Sam doesn't get that T-piece over, and he's going to top out at 969. Yeah, it's definitely been a summer of Evesy, too. Eve has been exploding recently. Of course, as I mentioned before, SV was the runner-up at CTUK. Lost that title that he gained previously in 2023 and 2024, I believe. Lost it to Evesy. But it is Andy who will take game number 1 here in this match. GG's. Both players count it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris! So game 1 there going to Pixelandy, extending his streak of game victories this division up to 10. For some contrast there, not even Scuti last season could manage a perfect game record. Did drop 1 game over the season, in season 29 out of 22. Violet mentioning Summer of Sunny. Yeah, Sunny as well has really improved. Like, granted, it is still relatively early days for that because it's been only a few games or so that we've really seen Sunny pop off like this, but it has been very, 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 very promising so far with, like, those emphatic victory in monthly. So, and like his FMS as well, and his stats, Sunny, has been very, very good, and even especially so against Somalian and Miles. Tim and Sunny one day woke up and decided Miles was not gonna... That is very true. That is very... very true. He like, yeah, it like literally it has been the summer of the UK scene, because I mean you had let me count here. Beginning of the summer you had 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5. Yeah, 5 representatives from UK in the gold bracket. Sam making it all the way to the top 8. And then later on, of course, you had some great runs for some UK players at CTWC DAS, the likes of 666 Tim, likes of Sam. A lot of great players did really, really well at that tournament. Then, of course, you had CTUK, and you had Evesy getting the win there in that tournament. And then you just had, in general, Evesy with an incredible past couple months. And even just today, you had Violet making it into the playoffs and having a shot of getting into Div 1. We also had the comeback season of Heps in Division 2 as well. So Heps back playing some online Tetris in CTL. 346 for Andy, 380 for Sam. It is good times indeed. Very good times indeed. Tuki, have you seen the slander name that they've given Florian Wirtz? Have you seen that slander name? Yeah, Sonny's at 3 million now. And in the span of around the same time, Eve went from 1 point. I think she was at like a high 1.3 at the beginning of July, and now she's at 2 million. Yeah, like Benjamin Sheshko's is also very, very good. But the slander names this season have been cooking, generally speaking. 444 for Andy, 495 for Sam here. So fairly close between the two players, and this time pacing, it looks to be much better. My fantasy Premier League team is called For Better Reverts. Do you have an FPL team, Tugi? UK v Canada goes kind of hard right now. You mentioned that. You mentioned that, Ron. That's all I'm gonna say. You do mention that. Maybe stay tuned for something, because Eve and I are cooking up something that is literally just an idea at the moment, but stay tuned. What's up, Miles? 613 for Andy, 586 for SV. What, Tsugi, did you not expect Miles? You think Miles is like, oh, I don't wanna look. I don't wanna show my face around because Sunny is beat me senseless. No, Miles not like that. It's okay. He teleported behind you. You got jump scared. You heard the moving of sand around, and you realized that it was too late. He was already there. You heard the sand Tetris gameplay. Is it box battles? No, I'm not gonna get the countries of Canada and the UK to fight each other. A lot of those matchups would be pretty uneven. I think Eyeball would just destroy everybody if that happened. 737.